Hey guys, Luna here, and I'm really sorry for being late with the Toriko chapter reviews. I've been pretty busy as of late. So before the latest Toriko chapter comes out, let's run down the last three chapters. Mappy warns the group that they have to cross the swamp fast because the Iron Foot was coming. Iron Foot was the rain of the steel clouds, which are feet made out of steel. The group then becomes bombarded by multiple iron feet as Yoctomelon panics and dodges them. According to Mappy, the steel clouds are clouds made out of steel that have accumulated from tens of thousands of years of the island's real mist. However, due to their weight, the altitude of the clouds lowers little by little, and once every few centuries they sink low enough to touch the ground. And in order to float back up, the steel clouds release a huge amount of rain, which are a huge bunch of iron feet called iron stab. Toriko tries to slice one of the iron feet with his leg knife, but fails because of the hardness of the iron. As the steel clouds sink lower and lower, Kareru returns and tells Mappy something in frog speak. Mappy then tells the group to get on Kareru and enter the Octomelon. Once inside the Octomelon, it quickly changes to diving mode and dives into the swamp. While everyone was observing the flora and fauna thriving in the Golden Swamp, Mappy becomes so demoralized that he goes into a tadpole stage. The reason why Mappy was so depressed is because he thought that there was no hope left for them, as it is impossible for them to get through the Golden Swamp underwater. Inside the swamp, there is a giant cave that the gold dust flows into. It is the entrance to a maze called Gold Labyrinth, and there has been not a single person on record that has ever escaped the maze. Toriko suggests that they should stay in the swamp until the steel clouds rise up again. However, according to Mappy, the steel clouds won't be coming up for another few years, and it was impossible to resist the flow of the gold dust as the Octomelon gets drawn into the cave. And they couldn't swim out of the current because the Octomelon can't swim in diving mode. According to Mappy, Gold Labyrinth isn't a place you can escape using strength. If not, someone strong can reach the exit. It's someone blessed with luck. No problem right there because they have someone with exceptional food luck, and that is Komatsu. The group heads to the Octomelon's pilot cabin. Yes, there's a pilot cabin in the Octomelon, where Komatsu is going to pilot the creature using the power of his food luck, and of course with the help of the four heavenly kings. Zebra uses his Hankyo map to find the structure of the labyrinth, which is ginormous. Very ginormous. Also, it's full of dangerous creatures, traps, and even a treasure chest or two. As they begin their journey into the Golden Labyrinth, Toriko, Komatsu, Koko, and Sunny get into an argument of which direction to go, and yet Zebra is the only one that seems to be calm. So after taking several turns, they encounter their first danger, a giant one-eyed beast. However, the Octomelon can shoot out torpedoes or something. I don't know, it was like an energy beam. However, the creature just gets angry and chases after the group. Meanwhile, with Mappy, he wonders why the group looks like that they're having fun, even though they're in a maze that is impossible to get out. It was like the group knows where the exit of the maze is. Then Mappy realized that their footprints were on the track to success, giving him some sort of hope. Meanwhile, in a certain place in Gourmet World, Joa, making his first appearance in this time skip, is amazed over something and says, "This is what you call food luck, Acacia." One of the many things I really like about Toriko is the world building, and I'm really enjoying the world building in Gourmet World right now, especially when you see all these crazy things happening in Gourmet World. I mean, giant iron feet raining from clouds made out of steel. I know there's going to be some even crazier shit that's going to happen in Gourmet World, but still, this is kind of insane. No, actually, the most insane thing in this chapter was the giant maze. I mean, Jesus Christ, Shimabukuro must have had a really hard time drawing this thing. No wonder there's no record of anyone getting out of this maze. Not only is this thing ginormous, but there are a bunch of giant creatures, even bigger than the Octomelon. There are a couple of natural disasters like volcanoes and even a tornado. How the hell does that work underwater? I don't know. But there's even treasure chests? Why are there treasure chests? I don't know, but Jesus Christ, this labyrinth. It's lucky that these guys have Komatsu with them because with his food luck, they'll be able to get out of the maze. How long will that take? Well, not too long. I actually find it funny that everyone in the group except Zebra were arguing which way to go. I also like how the interior of the Octomelon was shown. We all know that it was huge, but we never actually got to see the inside of it, and now we know. I was so glad that we got to see Joa again because I was wondering what him and Neo were doing for the past year and a half. But whatever they've been doing, it's got something to do with food luck. So I'm looking forward to learning more about Joa and Neo and what they've been doing for the past year and a half. But the chapter ended ended with a panel of an eye. It looks like a Nitro's eye, so maybe Joa encountered a Nitro. I'm hoping it's a blue Nitro because there are a lot of things we don't know about these kinds of Nitros. So hopefully some light will be shed upon the mystery behind Nitros and Joa too. Joa takes a step in empty space and soon a path illuminates. The path which opened up is the track to success, which leads to the dining planet, which is the dining table of gourmet nobles, which are a group of blue Nitros. Joa enters the dining planet and speaks about Acacia, saying that Acacia during his trivial days learned something by accident and realized the quantity and the enormity of the things he did not possess or see, and it was food luck which made him realize this. A blue Nitro, which was seated on a raised pedestal, said to Joa that he is the second human to carve the path to their location. Joa asks if the first person was his mother, Froze. He then says that he could see the path since long ago, though the members of Neo, who were waiting at the coast, may not be able to even sense it. He then asks if this power of food luck will bloom if he consumes Acacia's full course. A second blue Nitro answers his question, that there was a condition, but it will cause it to bloom. Joa then decides to acquire Acacia's full course without letting anyone get it. He then proposes to the blue Nitros to send out Neo members, and they, the gourmet nobles, can rest easy as the arc is already complete. After receiving a call from Joa, Shigematsu orders everyone to take their positions as Acacia's full course was awakening. Kosaro asks how the path illuminated in the empty space as Joa took a step, and Umen replies that Joa could see it from the beginning. Ume, who seems to be doing okay after being kidnapped by Neo, senses the path but also sees many other paths along with the illuminated one. Meanwhile, inside the Golden Labyrinth, Toriko and the others are getting chased yet again by another creature as Coco noticed a bright light coming from above the surface, assuming that it is the exit. And guess what? It is the exit! Toriko and the others escaped the Golden Labyrinth and made it through the Golden Swamp. As everyone celebrates, Mappy realized that Komatsu could see the path to escape the Golden Swamp. Now, while on their journey through the Golden Labyrinth, they gathered up some treasures in the swamp's hidden rooms. However, Komatsu notices a tin can on one of the treasure chests. Suddenly, a giant water drop hits the Octomelon, and according to Mappy, it's the gigantic rain nicknamed Mega Rain. Every kind of rain falls on the main island of Area 8. The group then decides to take a break, relaxing in a nice bath and eating a nice meal. Afterwards, Komatsu notices the odd rain. According to Mappy, it is the Rain of Souls, Amedama. And then Komatsu notices an eyeball, to which Mappy says is a Medama, which came to greet them from the village. And the chapter ends with Toriko and the others making it to the entrance of the Bewitching food world, and we see a panel of a certain someone's foot. Oh gee, I wonder who that could be. I am so glad the chapter continued with Joa and what he was doing instead of going back to Toriko and the others, because I really did like these new tidbits of information. First of all, I really love the world building in this series because planets in gourmet world. That is awesome, and yet, how does that work? Who cares? It's just awesome. Now, these blue Nitros, apparently they're called the Gourmet Nobles. And it makes sense that they would know about Acacia's full course, because they were the ones that led Acacia and Froze to God during the Midora flashback. Now, one thing to notice, in the one panel where we see all the Nitros sitting, one seat was missing. So there is a blue Nitro out there somewhere. Is it Chi-Chi? I don't know, because we still don't know the connection between Chi-Chi and Ichiryu. Also, another thing to point out about the blue Nitros is that they're wearing different kinds of outfits. Also, we see the one that killed Ichiryu. So it's safe to assume the reason why Ichiryu was killed by a blue Nitro was because he knew too much, maybe? Although, what is in it for the blue Nitros? Why would they ally themselves with Joa and Neo? At least we know about Neo's intentions and goals. They want to get to the new food utopia. In order to do that, they need a lot of food luck. And in order to do so, they need to get to Acacia's full course. Now, the plot twists reveal that Froze is Joa's mother. I'm not sure if he means like Froze gave birth to him, because if that were the case, then that would mean Acacia must be his father. But maybe he just referred to Froze as his mother because Froze was the one that created him somehow. Yeah, Joa is still a bit of a mystery. I still think it probably has to go back to that one final panel where something was protruding out of Froze's grave. I don't know if we're ever going to get back to that, but there's still a lot lot of mystery going on with Joa and these blue Nitros. But at least we know what they're after. Also, from what he said, there's even things that Acacia hasn't even discovered, and this whole time he was looking for the answer, which was food luck. Something that now Joa is after. Now, one of the blue Nitros said that there was a condition when eating Acacia's full course to obtain food luck. We don't know what that condition is, but whatever it is, I think it's got something to do with weakening Froze when they had to cook God. This chapter made me look forward to the future fights between the four heavenly kings against Neo. I also wonder how they react if they see Tepe with Neo. But I also wonder who are the four heavenly kings going to fight once they get to Air. Now with Ume, I don't know what he and the rest of the Neo members were doing for the past year and a half, but his time in Gourmet World must have done wonders to him because he has gained an exceptional amount of food luck, considering that he was able to see not only Joa's path, but also all these other paths. I'm assuming they're from the Blue Nitros. Now with Toriko and the others, it was obvious that they were going to get out of the maze, but I wasn't expecting them to get out of it so soon. Well, at least not in the next chapter. I mean, how much time has passed since they entered in the Golden Labyrinth? Has it been days? Weeks? I want to say months, but I think that's too long. I guess Shimabukuro doesn't want to spend chapters on the Golden Labyrinth. Well, at least these guys made it to Bewitching Food World, which means we're going to get to see Barachi again! And it's great because Barachi is one of my favorite characters. He's awesome. And we're probably going to see the Dharma Hermit and maybe the Dharma Horse again. Maybe, I don't know. It was a good chapter. As the group made it to the entrance to Bewitching Food World, they are greeted by some very slow, very creepy fireworks. Meanwhile, Baranchi orders his employees, a couple of bird-like beings, to prepare a feast and welcome the four heavenly kings and Komatsu. Terry, Quinn, and Kiss have to stay behind with the Octomelon and wait for the group's return. Mappy asks Toriko if they brought any ingredients with them, because in Bewitching Food World or anywhere in Gourmet World, ingredients are used for bartering, equal exchange for materials, food, or even a place to sleep. As they walk through the cave, they encounter some creatures called Imuds, which according to Mappy are very rare. However, Zebra scares them off because, well, he's Zebra. What do you expect? They finally made it to Bewitching Food World as they are greeted by a group of very strange creatures. Some of them based off of characters from Shimabukuro's previous manga works, and even some based off of Japanese mythology. The villagers were very happy to see the group since it's been a long time since humans visited the village. However, Sunny isn't very too happy to see them. No surprise there, considering how he is. As Mappy introduces Toriko's group to some of the citizens, Toriko smells some food, and it was takoyaki. Toriko, along with Komatsu, head towards the source of the scent, which was a takoyaki stand. Well, actually, it's an eyeball takoyaki stand. So Toriko orders every single eyeball takoyaki that the vendor has, as he shows off his skill by flipping over 2,000 of them at once, something that not even Komatsu can do, even if he used food honor. The group then starts exploring Bewitching Food World, Sunny still being creeped out and Zebra mistaken as an Oni. Komatsu notices a store selling cooking equipment as he enters the shop and admires the kitchen knives. However, these knives look very familiar to him, so the shopkeeper tells him that about a year and a half ago, a human who was a rather large, taciturn man came to this village and taught him how to make these kitchen knives. With Coco, he was observing the weapons and armors on display as he is interested in these dark bandages that have pretty good defensive power. With Sunny, who is still fed up with all the gross stuff, runs into a stand selling cans for people 18 and up, which are good for beauty. He picks up a can and opens it to reveal a pistachio young lady who was naked. At least I think she is naked. I don't know. It was very weird. Very weird. Well, anyway, the group then enters an eyeball Giazozi shop having another meal. Meanwhile, Barachi, who had a feast prepared for them, gets really pissed at their delay. Mappy proposes that they visit the village chief next. However, Zeba refuses and says that he wants to go drink some booze. They visit the Bewitching Food Bar where everyone in the group gets drunk, even Komatsu, which is pretty funny. Well, not everyone. Sunny was the only one that was sober because he didn't want to drink anything. Everyone decides that they should get going. However, Sunny Sunny feels like they've forgotten something. All of a sudden, a very, very pissed off Barachi shows up and yells at them for forgetting about him and for making him wait for so long to get to his shop since he prepared some food for them. And that is where the chapter ends. Okay, Barachi's entrance to this chapter was pretty funny because whenever we get a panel of Toriko and the others doing something fun, you get a panel of Barachi getting really, really pissed off. But hey, I'm glad that we got to see Barachi again, although it looks like his appearance hasn't changed at all. I gotta admit, Bewitching Food World is very unique and interesting. It sure does come off as a bit creepy, but once you get past it, the place seems pretty cool. Although what's very odd was that pistachio lady in a can. And the reason why I brought that up was because Komatsu 2 chapters ago noticed a tin can on one of the treasure chests. So maybe inside that tin can there is a person in there. I don't know why I thought that, because there has to be a reason why we got a panel of Komatsu noticing a tin can. At first, the food in Bewitching World seemed a bit creepy, especially with the eyeballs, but seeing Toriko and the others enjoying the food, well, except for Sunny, because you know how Sunny is, it makes you wonder that you shouldn't judge food just by its appearance and more on its taste. Speaking of Sunny, I kind of feel bad for him because he's in a place that he assumes is completely gross, but Sunny really has to lighten up and get used to it. The villagers in Bewitching Food World are definitely unique, especially with their character designs. Now, Shimabukuro uses character designs to reference not only his previous works, but works of other manga. For example, one character is named Takeshi, which is the main character of his first manga series, Sekimatsu Leader Den Takeshi. He even drew a cockroach referencing to the manga series Terraformars. And hell, he even recommends that we should read it since it's good. Not only that, but he also mixed in a couple of Japanese mythology. For example, the legendary creature with a featureless face, the Nopurabo. Now, when Komatsu was looking at these kitchen knives at the cooking tool store, the shopkeeper said that someone taught him a year and a half ago. Now, obviously, the shopkeeper was talking about Milk the First. So does this mean that he's still alive since he went to Bewitching Food World a year and a half ago? I hope he is, because we still don't know what happened to the rest of Zeroth Biotope. Are they all dead? Are they alive? I'm actually hoping that some of the characters survived, because I don't want all that hype over Zeroth Biotope to be completely wasted. I know that they were attacked by the blue Nitros, but we don't know if they're all dead or not. I'm glad Barachi appeared because I wanted Toriko and the others to stick around at Bewitching Food World a little longer, because I want them to at least encounter the Dharma Hermit. This guy's name was mentioned many times, and I really want to see what this guy looks like. Also, once Toriko and the others leave, I hope Barachi joins them, because I think it would be pretty awesome to have Barachi in their group. Also because I kind of want to see him fight again. Seriously, I like his lightning moves. They're awesome. So overall, these past 3 chapters have been pretty good, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. If you have any thoughts of these past 3 chapters, let me know in the comments below. Like the video as always, and subscribe to more videos. And be sure to check out my Facebook fan page and Google+. So that is the rundown of these past 3 chapters of Toriko. I'm LearnerSpawn27, and I will see you guys later. Bye.